Wow, look at all those planets. Now you may be asking yourself, why am I doing this to myself? Well, I hate myself. I'm only slightly joking there, but reality, I'm an intermediate factorial player with only like 450 hours in it. And to me, factorial is not that hard, so I modded it a lot. Yeah. And maybe looking at this tech tree, you might be thinking, oh, it's not that big. You know, it's not that much. Here's the original. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot at all. My original factorial one only took me like 200 hours. Yeah. Let's see how long this one will take. Now you might be wondering, where is that music coming from? Well, it's Miku. Not any Miku, dancing Miku. So you know what that means? Dance party! And I'm gonna leave her next to the crash that she caused. I had nothing to do with it. I am the best driver that has ever done the driving. And here you may be looking at the new auras and be wondering, what are they? Uh, don't worry, they get deleted in a mod. That not like 5 minutes in. But if a mod comes up, I'll tell you about it. And here I'm expanding iron and placing down some copper and stone. And for some reason, since I can't craft handcraft science, I'm saying some more automation. Then expanding iron and putting some stone in a box, because you never know when you will need stone in a box. Yeah. Then I expand science production. Then I have to restart the coal snake because I'm stupid. And you might be wondering, what is that wooden box? It's part of the mod that gets deleted halfway in, not that far in. Just a box of infinite wood. Yeah, it's kind of cheating. And that thing right there is a fuel refinery. It turns fuel and makes it better. So yeah, you see how it's kind of broken. And then I turn the burners into electric. Then I take some of the refined fuel and put it in a chest because I may need it sometime. And that's automation. And then I set up the beginnings of a furnace stack. And then I automate furnace production because handcrafting enough furnace stacks is way too much for me. And in this game, I'm not using the old space platforms because, as you see, they're kind of sucking. And for some reason, there's a biter. He's not doing anything. He's just running. I generally don't know what to do. So I kill him, of course. Only naturally. And then I decide to move Miku near to the base, and I give her her own little wooden floor. Because she needs it. And dance party! But then I go back to expanding furnace production. And for some reason, he's back. I don't know why, but he is. Then I set up some burner inserts for the coal, or copper, because I'm running low on them. Then I go back to expanding the furnace stack. And then I set up some coal mining. And then I try to capture him. It works for a little bit. Until he decides to eat his way out of the walls. Yeah, I try to keep him in, but he ended up just breaking away. I know, it's super unfortunate. I'm super sad. Then I expand coal mining. Then I expand iron mining, because you can never have enough iron. It's nice to have some light ammo production because, I'll need it. And yes, I am currently turret creeping. Sue me. I genuinely don't care. It's the easiest way to kill biters at this stage, at this early on. Then I die. Then I get my stuff. Then die. Then I save scum. Then I get my old body. Then I die again. And I forgot unpause OBS of killing that base. Yeah. And you may be wondering, what is that worm in the wolf report? I don't know. Yeah. I sure don't know what it is. Why it is. But it's funny. Or then I expand the power grid. Because you can never have enough power. Then I set up some light belt automation, because you can never have enough belts. Then I add stone bricks to the bus, because you'll probably need them, maybe. And then I create the design. The design is very useful. You'll see it a lot of times in this game. Because it turns a belt of iron into a single cylinder engines, which are kind of useful. It's not like it's 90% of the ingredients for all burner stuff, or basically everything. Because everything requires the burners because of factorio. Oh yeah, I added factorio assets. Basically just requires the multiple cylinder engines and stuff like that, and makes everything require its predecessor in order to work. Then I set up some permanent belt automation. And then I delete the temporary belt system. And here I cracked splitters and undergrounds. You may be wondering, how am I getting the iron or the bolts from across the row? It's from a adjustable inserters mod. I don't know the name of it. I don't fully know the name of it. I think it's the Bob's inserters or something like that. And then I was planning to set up green circuits, but then I realized I won't have enough assemblers. So I moved to making that. And you may be wondering, what am I doing right now? Well, this is a thing that helps me to get the ratios right. Yeah, it especially helps that I am using rate calculator, which, as the name says, calculates rates. Because, I can't do this on my own. Yeah. Then I copy the design. The first of many times I'll be copying the design. And I forgot to unpause OBS when making the burner assemblers. But it's just single cylinder engines, hot iron, and stone. And the small electric engines. Then I set up some ammo and turret production. So I can go kill more biters. Then I die. And for some reason, that fighter is just decided to attack that worm. I don't know why, but it's funny. Then I get my stuff, then die.
Base is under attack.
And I forgot to unpause OBS when making electric inserters. So yeah, sorry. Then I expand the furnace, the iron miners. And then I decided to put a little path on the main bus so I can walk faster. And if you're wondering how I'm changing the size of the placing, it's numpad plus or minus. I'm pretty sure I don't have to say what the plus and minus does. It's pretty self-explanatory. And I forgot to unpause OBS when I made red science. Yeah, but don't worry, it's nothing much. It's just one gear assembler to 12 red science assemblers. And then I decided to prioritize getting electric labs because I've only been using burners so far. And then I decided to create some glass to do some hand-fed glass smoking. Then set up what I want to be where the labs will go. Then I destroy the burner labs because they're inefficient. And then I expand the lab production or lab space. Yeah. Then I make steel. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just split a furnace like in half, put the iron from the first part onto the second part. And here I'm making inserters because I need them. Which it uses the design again, because the design is perfect. And God said that there be light. And there was light. Anyways, back to building inserters. And now I go to plug in the copper and iron that I need.
Base is under attack.
And since I'm listening to music, I don't hear that my base is under attack because for some reason, whatever mod did it, made it so where the alert is now
Base is under attack.
They destroyed a bunch of my furnace, my coal, or not coal. They ate a lot of my steel production. Just sad. So sad, man. How could they? And this incident makes me realize that I need to turn up my sound because, yeah, if I'm like listening to music or watching YouTube, it's hard for me to hear the base is under attack instead of the classical alert sound. So yeah, I turn it up. Then I add steel to the main bus. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but better late than never, I guess. Then I go back to finishing inserter production, which takes small electric engines, which take copper and iron, or copper, wire, and iron, which I make right here. Yeah, not that hard. Then I set a limit on the chest, which you can do by pushing the X. And then I place some gun turrets above the bus because the fighters may come from there and try to kill me or my factory because it produces too much pollution or something. Like, I mean, they should just learn to love it like I do. And now I'm just setting up some basic defenses around the base, because I don't know where, I can't predict where they're coming from. And here I use the design again, but this time it's to create green science. And you've already seen me recording, making the inserters. And here, I thought it would be funny to use the alternate recipes that I have, because of a mod. Basically, you can turn steel into belts with some gears. Yeah, it doesn't work. So I just used the regular recipe. But yeah, it takes a lot of gears, or a lot of iron. And then I decided to build a little fortress around Miku, because she's Miku is one of our most important assets. We can't let Miku die. And also, the buyers try to cut off our iron production. And I finished making Miku's fortress. Then, I set up some. Oh yeah, and for some reason, my editing software is not allowing me to edit it. Well, I mean, it is, but it won't delete the void that happens. So yeah, I'm sorry. But I set up some light glass automation. Then I power the labs, or the next row of labs, with this design. Small power poles, medium, and then small. Place down a pump, offshore pump, but then I realize it requires electricity, and that stuns me for some reason. Then I set up some light boiler. Then I set up some steam, because you need steam to have everything work.
Base is under attack.
Yep. And I expand steam production because just 2 isn't enough. And then I don't hear bases under attack again. But those damn biters blew up my ship. So I save scum, reasonably, and then I set up some defenses around it, because I can't have those damned biters killing my ship. And look at that massive expansion party. I know it's not a pollution one, because if it was, it would be heading for my factory, not my ship. My ship produces no pollution. And I think the weird worms and roboports caused those guys. And thank you for watching. You can call me Lino. I hope you have a good day. And please, don't mind my terrible editing. Yeah. See ya. Bye-bye.